Today, I'm going to show you how to build a cutting board, but surprise, we're not going to use a saw. Most cutting boards start by ripping a bunch of pieces of hardwood on a table saw. And then you have to cut them to length on a miter saw. Plus, wood's expensive and you have to usually buy more than you need just to build one cutting board. And then once you get them cut, how do you know it's even going to look good until you start laying out the design? We can help you.
First, let's look at the way that a lot of people make cutting boards the regular way. We'd have to cut them on the miter saw to length, then take them to the table saw to rip them. You did have a design in mind, right? Make sure and double check that before you rip the width of the strips. Otherwise, you may be making another trip to buy more wood. It's important that the wood is the same thickness. That's important because when we glue it up, if it's not, it won't be even. If the table saw left any saw marks on the side of the wood, well, we have to take care of those. Next, we lay out our design the way we had planned. I think I remember how it goes. Well, maybe. If we wanted any carving on our board, we have to first get it set up on the CNC. That means clamping it down, getting it aligned, defining our center marks, etc.
Milling it down, getting it to length, getting it ripped, getting it sanded, getting everything straight. How much time do you spend actually doing that? I mean, the glue up's probably the easy part that takes the least amount of time. Or what if you could order your strips pre-cut, pre-milled, pre-sanded, pre-everything, ready for you to glue together? You won't need tools other than a few clamps and maybe a sander.
Go to woodprodesigns.com, scroll down, click the Try It Out button. Change the length to whatever length you'd like. Start selecting the woods and the width of each strip. Continue on with how you want to build your pattern. One nice feature that we've added here is once you get down to the middle strip and you get your width set, click on Mirror Image. That completes your board. Then you can scroll down. If you want to add text, type in the text that you'd like to add. Click Next. Do you want it left, center, or right? What font do you want? How tall do you want the font? And there it is. It's as simple as that. Just add to cart. The enclosed guide shows exactly how to lay your strips. Now it's time to start gluing the strips together. Begin by turning each strip a quarter turn up on its edge. That's the edge that will be glued. Set the last one aside because we won't be putting glue on it. Make sure to use a good wood glue. Personally, I use Titebond 2, but there are several out there that will work. Be sure to use plenty of glue because it's better to have too much than not enough. We can always wipe off the excess. Grab your clamps, set them on the table, and start moving your strips over to the clamps. We want to make sure that the glue is smeared out well. That way we have good even coverage. Don't leave any spots that are bare. It helps to grab a square to make sure the edge is even. You can use a board to carefully align those to make sure they're straight. If it needs a little adjusting, just grab a hammer or mallet and tap gently. So we'll gently snug it on up. As we do tighten it up, you'll notice some squeeze out. Now notice also some of the boards want to raise up a little bit. If that's the case, we're going to use another technique. It's called caul strips. Let me grab a couple of clamps. Caul strips are basically flat pieces of wood that you'll put perpendicular across the strips, underneath and above. Use some plastic to make sure the caul strips don't glue themselves to your cutting board. Use a clamp on each end of the cauls to hold them snug against the cutting board. Then tighten them to ensure the surface of the cutting board stays flat. Alternate tightening them to ensure the surface of your cutting board stays flat. Using a damp rag, wipe off as much of the glue that squeezed out as you can. Be sure to do both sides.
Well, let's see how it turned out. Not too bad. A little sanding to do. Let's get some of that glue off.
It might be better not to use a chisel like I do. Maybe find a flat paint scraper or something that won't damage the wood. When sanding the wood, I like to get both faces, the edges, and I use the sander to round the corners as well. I like to use a food-grade mineral oil when coating my cutting boards. And if you ever need to recoat them, simple. Sand it down a little, put more mineral oil on, and you're good to go. I apologize for the camera angle. I would redo it, but it's kind of hard to unoil a board and redo that for you. So I'll do better next time. I hope you like the way this turned out. Even if you have the tools to cut your own cutting boards, feel free to use the cutting board design tool. Whether you're a seasoned woodworker or just getting started, I plan to create other templates and design tools. If you have ideas, put them in the comments below. Who knows? Your idea might be next on the build list. And don't forget to check out our video on building Dad-Dad's folding rocking chair. I think you'll like it. If you like videos like this, like and subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to see next.